Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to bring you basically a full face of makeup. As you can see, I have already done my brows off camera. I will be posting a brow tutorial if I have not already by the time I post this video. Now today I was kind of very inspired by Demi Lovato's Smurfs Premiere makeup that she had on April 1st. It was, I don't know how to explain it. I have a photo actually. I don't know if you can see it, but you can kind of see she has like a peachy kind of lip with some gold on it, and then her eyes, they're very soft and sultry and they got a tone of purple to them, and I immediately felt so inspired to just recreate this look and show you guys how you could get it as well. So in order to get a smooth and even canvas for myself, because I have super dry skin, I like to put on the Origins Drink Up Intensive Overnight Mask. I've already applied this to kind of soak into my skin. Alright, so for those of you that do not know, I love to start with my eye makeup before anything. So in order to kind of create an even canvas on my eyes, I like to go in with Maybelline's Instant Age Rewind Eraser for dark circles in the shade Neutralizer, and I just like to go ahead and pat that onto the lid. I like to go ahead and blend it out with a beauty blender. Now as you can see, it has instantly brightened up and created an even canvas on that eye area. Now in order to set that kind of cream liquid base on my eye, I like to go with the Morphe E22 brush. It's not that dense, it's pretty fluffy, and it's got synthetic hairs, I believe. I like to go into the Tarte Pro palette and choose any of these kind of skin tone shades in order to set my eye base. Now I'm going to go in with Classic and Vintage, which is these two top left shades. Tap off any fallout and then just slightly press it. Now why you want to set your eye with the powder is so that other shadows that are also powder will blend easily on top of this. If you're going to go in with powders on top of creams, they'll kind of stick and muddy together and they won't blend as seamlessly. Alright, now that we have our eye base completed, I'm going to go in with Kat Von D's Pastel Goth palette. It's so beautiful. I'm going to go in with these two purpley shades, Meow and Dope, and I'm going to just go ahead and blow out my crease using the brush that came with the Kylie Royal Peach palette. Now as you can see, this purple mixture is kind of pulling a little bluish, more bluish than I would want it to, so we're going to go ahead in with other shades in order to kind of correct that. But for now we're just going to work with this. I like to, in order to blend these shades out, I just like to bring the brush back and forth. Just keep blending, you know. You know how it is. Now once we've got a decent blended look, I'm going to go in with Urban in the Urban Decay Electric palette. It's this intense purple shade along, and I'm going to mix it with Jilted, which is this duochrome purple violet shade. Now these shades are super pigmented. I barely even tapped into the brush. I barely even tapped into the pans. And you get like instantaneous pigment. And I don't know if you could tell in the photo with Demi, you could kind of see like the shadows peeking through outside of her lashes, so I'm going to blow this look out. If you are a person that enjoys playing with color and you don't have much color in your collection, I highly recommend picking up this Urban Decay Electric palette. I believe it's on sale right now on Sephora and Ulta and whatnot. I find myself reaching for these shades often, I think just because the colors are so vibrant and loud, but the pigmentation is amazing. You can't really find purples that blend like this. So shades, I'm going to be dipping into Wisteria. It's this, like, I don't know how to explain this. It's like a light orchid violet shade. And as you can see, I've used a lot of it. It's one of my go-to purples for the crease. And I'm just going to kind of layer it on top of, but also bring it a little bit above the shades we just put down. Now in order to continue on with that smoky kind of vibes that are coming off her eyes, I'm going to keep on going in with the Kylie Royal Peach brush. And I'm going to go ahead and dip into two Makeup Geek eyeshadows, Americano, which is a plummy, very deep brown shade, and mix it along with this cool tone deep purple shade called Motown, both mattes. And I'm going to mix those two. And I'm going to pop that onto the center of my lid. Now you don't have to be precise with this. This is definitely not a precise look. And if you don't think that you've got the color payoff that you desire, I would recommend going in with your finger. As you can see, it kind of flawlessly blends it out and adds a bit more pigmentation to the look. Now I really would like to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation sticks for this look in the shades Caramel and Amber, just because I talked about them in my March favorites and I want to show you how exactly I use it, because I've heard a lot of negativity towards this product. And because this stick I believe is matte, but it kind of gives off a natural skin finish look at the same time, in my opinion, so it might just be how I apply it though. I'm going to also be adding in the Smashbox Primer Oil. Just go ahead and drop a few drops onto the face, depending on whether you're oily, combination, dry. I'm pretty freaking dry on my face, so I like to go in with this much product. Just kind of pat it into the skin using the Beauty Blender. And as you can see, it adds a very, very oily look to the face. But this is going to help the foundation when you go in with it. Now, applying the foundation. I like to go in directly with the stick. First, I like to go in with Caramel, which is the lighter of the two shades. I believe that this is a match to MAC's NC44. And I just like to add it in kind of like my highlighting points. I know it's a lot, but that's because I like to wear a lot. And if you can't tell, the oil made this product apply much smoother. Next, I like to go in with the Amber, which is, I believe, a MAC Cosmetics matchup with NC45, and I like to go into the areas that I tend to contour. But it doesn't have to be like this. You could always add it on top of foundation powder. I just like to mix these two shades together because one of them's too beige and one of them's too orange on my skin, so I believe mixing these two gives me the perfect shade match. We're just gonna go ahead and bring it down a little to our necks. Now this is gonna take a lot of blending, so be patient. If you find that your beauty blender is too dry, I find that spraying some Fac Fix Plus onto the sponge itself really allows it to help blend out any foundation. Now, as you can see, my turban has fallen off amidst all my intense blending, and it does give a very luminous, dewy kind of finish, which is very cohesive with the look that I'm trying to achieve. Now, next I'm going to be going in with Tarte's Shape Tape in this shade Tan Sand. And I like to apply it under the eyes first and bring it up in order to create a lifted look to the face. Now, you definitely don't have to add this much concealer to your face. I like to add it to the high points and the highlighting points of the face. It's on my forehead and under the jowls to kind of lift them up. I'm just gonna pull my hair back and blend. As you can see, this is the concealer all blended out. Next, I like to quickly go in and set my face with the Nye Banana Powder. So I like to use the Sigma Tapered Highlighter Brush F35 in order to apply it underneath my eyes. Next, I like to go in with e.l.f.'s Complexion Brush and continue powdering down my face. Now, using that F35 brush from Sigma, I like to dust away any excess powder on the face. Just take your time with this. The next step I like to do is go ahead and bronze / contour my face. Now, in the picture, Demi doesn't seem to really have much contouring going on, so we're going to stick to kind of like a bronze kind of look. So I like to first tilt my head and follow my cheekbones, and then kind of bring it upwards to the cheek area to kind of create like a sun-kissed glow. I'm going to go ahead and add that to my forehead, my jawline, and a bit to my nose, and then we'll move on from there. Now, a tip to getting kind of like a more sun-kissed bronzier effect to the face, what I like to do is add bronzer to the bridge and this part of the cheek. So we're just going to add product to the brush and then go in very lightly. Now, in order to make sure that everything isn't muddy looking, I like to go in back with the F35 from Sigma and then just go ahead underneath the contour lines and kind of make sure it isn't too muddy looking. Even though this look isn't muddy. But. Now in the photo, Demi is wearing like this very peachy, corally looking blush. So taking the e.l.f. complexion brush, I am going to go ahead and add Milani's Coralista brush. It is a very orangey coral blush with silver reflex in it. Just go ahead and now we're going to go ahead and finish up the eyes. I am looking for a peachy kind of shade. This is perfect. I'm Peachless by Makeup Geek. It's this shade right here. It is a duochrome shade. It looks like it's very slight peach tint with some kind of maybe like slight gold to it. I can't really tell. However, I think this would work best if I were to wet the brush with some Fix Plus. We're going to add this into kind of like our inner corner area. I believe I am also going to add in a hint of Starry Eyed into the very center of the inner eye in order to create a little bit more of dimension. Now I don't know if you can see that, but that definitely adds a little bit more of a pop. I'm going to go off of camera and add the lashes. I'll be adding House of Lashes Noir Fairy lashes, I believe. They're very dense and fluttery. You'll see. I'll be right back. Alright, so as you can see, I have my lashes on. I did my under eyes and that's about it. I'm going to go ahead in with the highlighter. I'm going in with You Do You by Ofra Cosmetics. It's this beautiful, very peachy gold shade, which is almost exactly what she's wearing in the photo. I wonder if it's this shade, but I'm going to go ahead and get the high points. So the chin, the cupid's bow, the nose. And I'm using the e.l.f. angled blush brush because I can't find my highlighting brush. I'm going to kind of bring it like right here on top of where we bronzed. And then I'm going to add some to the forehead. I'm going to go ahead and add in some MAC Fix Plus to the overall face in order to kind of take the cakey and powderiness away, even though there's not much, and also bring a dewy and glowiness to the overall look. Now, the final part of this look is the lips. I have chosen Colourpop Satin Lip in Echo Park. It is this very nudie, peachy leaning shade. So that is the lip without the gloss. I'm going to go ahead and add in Gilded Lip Gloss by Anastasia Beverly Hills in order to add that gold pop that she had in the center of her lip. And just to kind of add a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead with Ofra's You Do That highlighter, the one that we put all over the face, and go ahead and pop that on to the center of the lid with my finger. But yeah, that is the completed look. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.